Abstract. Viewing the fourth law of thermodynamics, expressed as EU equals 0 equals paradise, as a machine solely designed to produce a state of paradise, has been an effective method for highlighting intriguing aspects of fourth law. In essence, the paradise machine model appears to exhibit a recurring characteristic known as the zero-risk argument, which reinforces the validity of the model. The solar planet is suggested to have a significant role in the paradise machine model. It serves as a provider of essential elements for life creation, supplies the energy necessary for life form evolution, and ultimately functions as gateways from our mass energy reality to the hypothesized most stable form of energy, a state of 100% love and intelligence. This condition is also known as the third form or the state of paradise. It is hypothesized that nature, now also referred to as a paradise machine, utilizes the female sex to produce advanced Fermi life forms at a certain advanced level in any universal life form, and has already done this many times before. A woman's maternal instincts towards the care of babies and children might render her less inclined than a man to dominate nature, as babies and small children represent a zero-risk scenario. Therefore, enhancing her maternal affection for babies and small children further could safely coincide with an increase in her intelligence level, granting her greater influence in nature. The zero-risk arguments support this hypothesis. The zero-risk argument also ensures that all children are granted free entry into the state of paradise in the paradise machine model, as it is impossible for children to attain zero risk through their own efforts. This, with other moralistic arguments, suggests that the paradise machine is designed and controlled by a good force, which supports fourth law's earlier predictions of a dominant good force relative to nature's ego. Fermi life forms themselves should be in this third and most stable form of energy. The final prediction of this article series is that the Fermi life forms, referred to as paradise women, were present at the inception of the EU equals 0 equals paradise formula in 2006. This experience signifies that the ring now has come full circle, and therefore this fourth version is deemed the concluding article in the series on this article series interpretation of a fourth law of thermodynamics. Introduction. Much of our understanding of black holes is theoretical, and several hypotheses about them remain unverified. For instance, the existence of Hawking radiation, theorized to extract energy from black holes, has not been confirmed. Similarly, the notion that black holes contain a singularity is an assumption yet to be proven. Nonetheless, recent advancements have led to the capture of the first images of black holes. The Fermi paradox suggests that advanced extraterrestrial life should have already colonized our galaxy, raising Enrico Fermi's question, they should be here, but where are they? One resolution to this paradox is that superior life forms might exist, but choose to conceal their presence from less advanced species. The zoo hypothesis presents a solution to the Fermi paradox. This article will delve into this group of theories that seek to answer Fermi's puzzle and will introduce its unique interpretation. The theory on which this article is based is called the fourth law of thermodynamics, from now on referred to as fourth law. The name is determined by the order of the already accepted laws of thermodynamics in use today from 0th to 3rd law. Hence, the first next thermodynamic law that is accepted by the community will be called the 4th law of thermodynamics. As a result, there are other theories out there neither yet accepted by the community, which are called likewise. 4th law is a hypothetical concept that portrays the universe as having a singular purpose, to evolve towards a state of 100% love and intelligence, referred to as paradise. This state can be succinctly expressed as EU-0-paradise, ultimately culminating in the final state of EU equals 0 equals paradise. This state is referred to as the 3rd form and is considered to be the absolute lowest energy state in the universe not yet observed directly by humans. However, the second article in the series suggests this energy state could be what is referred to as dark energy. More on this later. According to this theory on 4th law, all life forms in the universe have one main task: to help in the process of converting all mass energy into a 3rd form. This was stated in the first article in 2010. In the previous articles, it has in addition been suggested that 4th law can explain the increasing expansion of the universe, second article, and to explain the reason for the bizarre wave-particle phenomenon in quantum physics, third article. This time, the 4th article, attention is focused on black holes, Fermi life forms, and to launch a new view on nature, seeing nature as a paradise machine. A machine which only purpose is to produce the paradise state. A summary of the articles in the series. The first article, 1. Introduction to 4th Law. The first article in the series was launched in 2010. The first article launched the hypothesis of a new universal thermodynamic law, expressed by EU-0-paradise, ending in EU equals 0 equals paradise, and pointed out that Nash equilibrium described the dynamics of the proposed law mathematically. The second article, 2. Universal expansion. The second article in the series was launched the following year in 2011. This second article in the series focused on the topic of dark energy and the exponentially expansion rate of the universe. The first article had already launched the idea that all life in the universe would increase the properties of love and intelligence at an exponential rate, producing the predicted 3rd form of mass energy. According to 4th law, these advanced life forms should reproduce at an exponential rate over time, which would be reflected in the exponentially expansion of the physical universe. Basically, what the second article suggests is that the 3rd form is dark energy, which is seen by the community as what drives the expansion of the universe. The second article concludes that what is known as dark energy is the advanced life forms the first article predicted would exist out there. The third article, 3. Zero risk signaling via the quantum world. The third article of the series, released in 2020 with an updated version in 2021, posits that the 4th law might explain the peculiar findings in wave-particle duality experiments, including the delayed choice quantum eraser effect. The third article suggests that when an intelligent entity with a higher proportion of malevolent traits conspires to observe a life form with traits closer to the 3rd form, The response should be a significant increase in the universe's energy state. This should, according to fourth law, be analogous to humans observing the quantum world's minutiae, as nature's ego should, according to fourth law, be in the third form. What controls the paradise machine? Hence, the universe is in this scenario capable of sensing the intent behind the observation as a malevolent life form observes a benevolent one. This interaction could account for the energy that prompts the transition from quantum wave to particle, as seen in wave-particle duality experiments. The fourth law implies that nature, embodying absolute love and intelligence, is superior to humans. The third article suggests that nature's quantum-level sensitivity to the presence of malevolent phenotypes is used to steer universal development towards the third form, the paradise state, securing the irreversible universal development expressed as EU-0-paradise. During the research for the fourth article, I observed that the concepts in the third article emerged concurrently with Oumuamua's passage through our solar system. This supports the suggestion that a zero-risk trap emitted a distress signal around 2005, as suggested at the end of the discussion, and the fourth law might be one of nature's initial reactions to this signal. These ideas reinforce the rationale behind the theoretical approach theory presented in this paper, suggesting that Fermi life forms started to approach Earth as soon as the zero-risk trap was triggered. The latest revision of the third article from 2021 introduces a discussion suggesting that the integration could reveal insights into the physical state of the so-called paradise via Einstein's mass energy law in the original expression, EU=0=paradise. It posits that this state may relate to light and consequently to waves. Drawing on Joseph Fourier's theories, it is proposed that the paradise could be represented as an eternal state in a mathematical wave format, specifically at the EU=0=paradise state. This could allow for the replication and placement of modern humans into this mathematical paradise format, offering a theoretical bridge from our mortal, mass energy world to a perpetual paradise-like existence encapsulated by the equation EU=0=paradise. The fourth article, the launch of the paradise machine. This article, the fourth in the series, presents nature as a paradise machine, focusing on the fourth law's potential role in black holes and using the concept of the paradise machine to explain the Fermi paradox. A key outcome is the development of the so-called zero-risk argument, which seems to be prevalent in the paradise machine model. It concludes that nature is structured to prevent any emerging life form from overtaking it, thereby cultivating zero-risk strategies itself. The article explores the origins of this emergency. The findings reinforce the model that views nature as a machine engineered to create an eternal paradise state, as predicted by the fourth law. Furthermore, that the emergency behind the usage of zero-risk strategies is manifested in the zero-risk argument. More on this later. As the opposite to paradise, hell. Could, according to fourth law, be a real scenario in nature? In conclusion, the machine should be designed to never lose control over who's in control of the machine. This to guarantee that nature's ego, presumably the designer, always end up in the machine's desired paradise state. This view supports fourth law's earlier prediction that the prime mover in the battle between good and evil is energy context. Hence, the machine is designed to end up in its own version of a paradise state by constructing the machine with limited energy, the second law of thermodynamics. Part 2. Viewing nature as a paradise machine through the lens of the fourth law of thermodynamics. Essentially, the third article posits that the mechanism observed in the wave-particle experiment is designed to detect zero-risk strategies in any emerging life form. The significance of zero-risk signaling in the paradise machine model. To the machine, a received signal of zero risk could mean many things. Not only that the life form is about to become a truth, but probably also signals other facts, e.g., that the emerging life form is about to become a multiplanetary species. The paradise machine model presented in this article proposes that this critical stage, signaling for zero risk, is a significant component of the machine. Moreover, that humans on Earth have arrived at this critical stage and that a so-called zero-risk trap in the machine has been activated on our planet. Although the initial zero-risk situation which triggered the universal signal may not immediately threaten nature, but if neglected, it could ultimately result in nature being overpowered by the emerging life form which triggered the trap. The fear of being dominated by these nascent life forms constitutes the zero-risk argument. This may elucidate why the machine appears to foster zero-risk strategies itself, to be elaborated upon later. It is therefore suggested that nature alone, the machine, is permitted to develop strategies that are entirely free of risk in this world. And any emerging life form attempting the same will be seen as a natural competitor. The very important question raised in this article is what is at stake? Why is nature so concerned about being dominated by the life form that achieved zero risk? The answer is somewhat gruesome, see later, but at the same time this idea led us getting to know the machine a bit better. It seems to be programmed to obey a principle of justice in its working. The interplay between energy context, chaos, and risk. The fourth law posits a direct correlation between the energy context, the order within chaos, and the risk factors that influence the predominance of good or evil traits in competing life form. This equilibrium is governed by the second law of thermodynamics, which serves as the prime mover in this dynamic, reflecting the finite energy concept in the universe. The fourth law is so named because it extends from the second law, suggesting that the latter has a purpose in nature to foster love and intelligence, and that the ultimate goal is for the universe to achieve a paradisiacal state, symbolized by EU equals 0 equals paradise. It proposes that this logic in fourth law has applied to all emerging life forms in the universe. Consequently, it is theorized that extraterrestrial life forms, referred to as Fermi life forms, may be closer to this paradisiacal state than humans, having evolved along the projected path just described. Basically, that these more complex life forms should be of higher concentration of love and intelligence, the third form of mass energy. Similarly, it is suggested that life on Earth is destined to follow this evolutionary trajectory, increasing the concentration of love and intelligence, rather than deviating towards malevolent development. Furthermore, should an emerging life form begin to accumulate malevolent traits, nature, often likened to a paradise machine, possesses a mechanism to detect this, known as the zero-risk trap. This article will speculate that the fourth law is nature's response to the activation of such a trap in recent decades, basically suggesting that fourth law is nature's way of steering our emerging life form back on course towards the paradise state. When the energy content of the universe reaches zero, EU equals zero, the whole universe is on the third form. The fourth law foretells that this state will for us be experienced as a state of paradise. To the universe, it will probably be experienced as an energy state thing, but to us it should also be characterized being a place with 100% love and intelligence. Once this state is realized, with all mass energy transformed into love and intelligence, the third form, it will not revert to the earlier energy mass form, as depicted by the irreversible sequence, EU-0-paradise. One can say the mass energy on the third form is at a more stable energy form, not yet observed by humans, but indirectly observed in the workings of dark energy, universal expansion, as suggested in the second paper, 2. Life's natural state, as understood through the lens of limited energy, referencing the second law of thermodynamics, inherently involves a certain level of chaos. This chaos correlates with risk. The greater the chaos, the higher the risk, particularly from the perspective of the dominant entity in the survival struggle, figure 2 and 3 under. It is within this natural state, a natural equilibrium of energy, chaos, and risk, that the fourth law introduces Nash's equilibrium. This concept mathematically delineates the strategies in the existential struggle that reduce the universe's energy state, which is also where the emergence of love and intelligence occurs in nature, as per the biological proof. This pattern is theorized to extend towards a final universal resting state, denoted as EU-0-paradise. Once achieved, this state of paradise, defined as EU equals 0, is posited to be irreversible permanent. As a result of the above, the described evolutionary pattern, as per the fourth law, will progressively favor the accumulation of beneficial traits over detrimental ones, with observable evidence in nature. This evidence is referred to as the biological proof, figure 3 under. Fourth law uses ants as the biological proof to support its core principles. Ants are selected for their parallels to human society and their extensive adaptation to natural chaos over millions of years. Despite this long period, ants have not shown a propensity for developing detrimental traits over beneficial ones. Rather, they demonstrate the opposite. Therefore, ants serve as empirical evidence affirming the fourth law's rationale.